really interesting. Wow. Yeah, really interesting how he considered the fold so heavily because people just under bluff in these $400 tournaments. It's really, really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, what are his bluffs? You know, like if we really think about it, like sure, ace high has some showdown value if you had ace five, and when he raises the turn with maybe some backdoor diamond draw or something like that, he actually gets called. And on this kind of board, like what hands do you have that you're folding?
And it's gonna have some misdraws and things too. So I think calling is the only option myself. Let's see if Boogaloo got away from it. Ooh, call is 6.
So this is close between call.
Really interesting. So call is 6, raise is 7,500 is 10 points. And I'm going to say he said that because this is a very bad player. And so he thinks the very bad player is going to stack off here with worse queens a lot. I'm going to guarantee that's what he's going to say. Very interesting, though. I thought call for sure was the right answer. I never am in this spot. I don't know. Interesting spot, too. I think this is a little bit of a lesson for everyone out there, too. A lot of times, the hands we want to float with, like this one, are better as raises. So this kind of falls in that category.
Yeah, and he was kind of an echo chamber for us there, saying, you know, we just get better hands to call and worse to fold. Yep. Like he's going to have some gut shots in his range. He's going to have spade draws. He's going to have king X. And we kind of know, we kind of identify kind of what cards are going to be bad for us on future streets, and we're aware how to proceed on those cards.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's a very good point. You right.
That was the best. You didn't say anything. You won. Just straight up.
You won. I'm just.
All right, so look at this. You're not opening this. You just looked at this. You're not opening.
Button cut off, hijack, low jack, under the gun one. You are right.
Come on now. Okay. I am. So let's see if he.
He's got to open it, or there wouldn't be a hand.
I'm
already down on points.
You're already down on points in real life. Now, obviously, you're gonna cheat, but
I'm gonna evolve.
You're gonna adapt, right?
All right, let's play it.
I'm going to cry if he says he's folding here. Like, if he's like, yeah, you should be folding this in this kind of tournament, and you were actually right. All right, cool.
Wah, wah. Yes! I just want to say for the record that this is the best 3-point score I've ever gotten in my life. Because the right answer was fold.
The right. But you heard what he said about the tables. This is a 3K.
Here comes the excuses. 10
the
points
excuses
fold.
to open
Right
if your
here.
table is particularly tight and weak. Welcome to the $5 2K world. I mean, you know, the $11 10K. I'm opening this, yeah, for sure.
This is the best 3 points of my life.
Oh, that's hilarious. And everybody's 50.
Nailed it. What the hell kind of play is that from King Queen? Who does that?
What the hell? Yeah, so my dog.
Jonathan Little's an absolute crusher, so it's nice to have him.
Yeah, I agree, and I
He's
always
just
love
coaching.
playing right after sessions like this because I feel like my brain's warmed up. I'm thinking through things, and so it's a good way to start your session for sure.
Right. All right, guys, this is it.
What's up, Mike? You want to give a gist? He was saying Narco Cop was playing about D-pipping about 28% of hands. He had been very aggressive in this $10 buy-in, and here are the options to fold, to call, to raise to 1,200, raise to... What? Wait a minute, he made it 800, and my man's giving options to 12 and 1,400 ounces. So it's already getting kind of spicy. That's so nasty. To be on the site with these other crushers, you know, well-known poker public figures is pretty exciting, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I didn't mention that when I was kind of giving a little intro here too. You know, Assassinato, Matt Affleck, John Little, all coaches on the site, so very highly respectable, quality poker content.
Yep, Evan Jarvis as well. You know, remember Evan Jarvis, Matt Affleck, Assassinato, John Little.
Yeah, so I guess that just makes sense. He just have the ace of clubs in his hand. That's interesting, though. I
How
thought
many
that was
points you got?
interesting.
You didn't do that bad. 45.
I like how you just pat me on the back. You didn't do that bad. Well, yeah, good job, buddy. Like,
The back.
I remember I got the higher score in the first one. So, you know, we're 1 for 1, buddy.
I just want to know.
Calling, guys. Let's see if we're good.
Similar situation as pre-flop. I think pre.
All right, guys, we're checking, I guess. Oh, for fuck's sake.
One of the things I see people when it comes to poker is when you can get to the turn and there's an opportunity.
When you're facing a min raise or just a touch more than a min raise, and there's an ante in play, which is going to be the case in most tournaments, I think, going forward, you want to defend pretty wide. If your opponent's making a 2.
All right, cool. You're going 1,400.
I'm going 1,400, guys.
I'm gonna go call with the arm and just see what happens.
All right, and
I would fold in game though, for the record, in case that's the winning end.
You won. You win. I have to concede. You win.
14K.
14K, let's do it.
No, we can't win. This is a pretty rough spot because damn it.
Mm-hmm. Where do you gonna get my chat? They like naughty things. They like just beer, alcohol, you know.
All right, let's do I can do a $10 ACR giveaway.
$10 ACR giveaway courtesy of my man Toe. For me beating that ass heads up in this. Sorry. No, we'll do this. We'll have to do it at least once a week, man. And then, you know, we'll do it every week a couple times.
So it's a tie.
I guess we got to give out $10 to each other's communities. We'll just do our own $10 free roll for each. Or does that sound fair?
Yes. Do you know what this means?
You win. I give his chat $10. Take it.
So that's cool because we have 2 ties and then a win from you and a win from me. This is like the epic battle. It's perfect. It's great.
Yeah, we're even Stevens.
This is awesome.
Take it.
I love it.
You know,
Stop. We got a giveaway going. Let's run the giveaway for the $10 ACR winner. Closing the giveaway. Drawing the winner. My man Sebs are getting the $10 ACR giveaway for this one. We made it. What's up, guys? Back for another Saturday edition of the PokerCoaching.com study stream with my main man, Crazy Sixes. Hey, listen, the clock's not slow. It's 9 o'clock. It's 9 a.m. noon Eastern poker player time, which means we are right where we're supposed to be. What's up, guys? Exclamation point PC in my chat. Exclamation point PC in Sixes chat for a link where you can sign up for free to PokerCoaching.com. Jonathan Little study site. That's got quizzes and homework assignments and charts and webinars. You can get up close and personal with these guys. It's got great content from great coaches. Jonathan Little, Sasinato, Matt Affleck, Evan Jarvis, Lexa Gavin, Faraz Jaka, Crazy Sixes, Justin Wade. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. So check that out. If you sign up for free, you get 20 free quizzes, big blind charts for 100 blinds or more, and homework assignments all available to you. So check it out for free. If you sign up for premium, there's over 1,300 quizzes. They have webinars multiple times a week. All those things. Check it out. That was a mouthful. Crazy Sixes, how you doing? Give me a break from talking.
What's up, guys? How you guys doing? What's up, Mafia? What's up, Army? Good to see you guys. Excited, stinky. Also, what's up, Ship? Thank you for that sub, buddy. Hope you had a good trip. I see you were out there doing work in Florida, buddy. I love to see it.
A nice one at the end there.
Hell
a nice one at the buzzer.
You love to see it. Longtime friend of the stream. What's up, Bingo? But yeah, we're gonna get into it. Poker coaching's in the chat, guys. If you want to get in this first round, good to see everybody, man. Toe, congratulations on crushing it. Another profitable week for you, putting in work. We've had some killer study sessions this week, man.
We did, and it was a killer month for me. Killer month for a lot of our study group. Yeah, so thank you. It was good, man. Yeah. It was good. It's been a really good month for me. Yep. And like usual, too, like, I'm not the guy who's going to hit the 20K score. I'm the guy who's going to hit the 1 to 3K score over and over and over and over and over again. So it felt good to be consistent, man.
Yeah, I just get kicked in the dick repeatedly and then go off for like 50K.
Don't let him fool
you. I'm not really. I'm just.
Don't let him fool you.
Yeah, I know.
Grandpa Bo, Ship, hey, thanks for the subs, guys. Horn, thank you for the 44 motherfucking months.
Horn.
And Ship, thank you for the raid, man. I appreciate you guys. We did hit the 2K sub goal, which is pretty fucking amazing. I'll do the sub only giveaway after the stream. We'll hang around for a little bit.
Poker coaching in chat.
We'll do it then. Poker coaching in the chat. All one word for you guys to draw to see who's going to compete today. If you're new, the way this works is I'm going to draw a winner from my chat. Six is going to draw a winner from his chat. The two winners will compete taking one of these pokercoaching.com quizzes, and the winner will get $5. However, we can send it to you. ACR, PayPal, Skrill, Cash App, Venmo, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, snail mail, however it gets
out here
you.
Talking crazy.
However it gets you, we'll get you your fucking $5. We will need you to tell us what you're going to do. Try and be a little bit quick with it if you can. And if you could tag us while you do it at GodsBigToe or at Crazy Sixes, because it pops out in the chat and we have a lot of chat scrolling by. It makes it easier to see. Let us know what you would do. We'll see what the audience would do. I'll say what I would do. Sixes will say what he will do. We'll see what the coach on the video will do. We have a good time. We get better together. And it's all good fun. Did I miss anything, man?
No, you did not. I just clicked out of the site like a genius.
Cool. That'll give us time to have some of these guys get poker coaching in the chat so they can compete. I'll pick a quiz while you're getting your shit together.
Yeah, you already know where we're starting. I mean, where's the new Faraz?
Oh, I was about to say, I don't see a new one, but I do. 1234.
1234. It is. He's been brain melting us for the first quiz.
The
one word, Chipstar. How you doing, buddy? You want to put it as one word, not two separate there. Just poker coaching, one word.
Do us this weekend indeed, Chip. Let's get those fools. It's a new month.
Tomorrow. I cannot wait, dude.
It's a new motherfucking month. Time to get that money. Bingo, thank you for the nice scores. I had a killer night yesterday. I had 9 cashes and 3 fucking final tables. Like, I could not be stopped yesterday.
And we had a study session real good before.
Yeah, and the day before that was a really good one with Justin. And so, like, I just went on monster.
Yeah, I've been taking a nice little break, just studying hard. So, yeah, we're good. I can't wait. All right, we're doing it.
Tired, thank you for the follow. Yeah, let's roll with it. It is going to be Gab Poker.
This motherfucker won, and he won in 2 chats at the same time. Who runs better? How did he just won in both chats?
He did? Does he get a bonus for that?
Yeah.
Does he get an
How
auto
good
5?
is he gonna play against? How the fuck do you run so good? What?
Do we flip for the redraw?
No, hell no. I'll redraw it.
Hell no. Fuck that guy.
What a legend. No, I want him. No, let me have Gab. He's a legend. Nah. Let me have him.
He is,
Fuck
man.
that.
Gab's not rushing the PokerStars Michigan.
No, I want Gab. Fuck that shit.
Cushion. You want me to redraw?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, I want you to redraw. All right, I'll redraw. Oh, you fucked up. All right, Drugs. Don't screw this up, Drugs. You're up, buddy.
Tired. Thank you for that follow. Really appreciate that.
He let us pull in a ringer. He fucked up.
Yeah, nice things. All right, guys, let's do it. Faraz.
This is Faraz, though, so Faraz is kind of an equalizer. He's just ripped.
Yeah, he's tough for everybody. Sometimes he goes a little nitty, and then other times he's just aggro. That should be good. All right, I'm ready.
Seppo, thank you for the follow. All right, cool. Let's play it. You do it?
Yep.
Here we are playing a $215 tournament online. We have 9-7 off in the big blind, facing a button open. Opponent is a good mid-stakes reg. Pre-flop, this is just a straightforward call. Flop comes Jack 6-5 2 clubs and a heart. Check to our opponent who bets 300, and our options here are going to be to call the 300, to check raise to 800, or to fold.
You know what's funny, Six, is I saw the plate of food and it made me think of something funny. Is like, we talk about this all the time, the difference in lifestyles, where you had like the nice hearty breakfast, you're fucking working out, and how did you do it? Toe rolled out of bed, had a Coke and a piece of Nicorette, and then went straight into the fucking study stream.
I'm like about to work.
Like the legend that I fucking am. Did a little stretch in my chair. You know,
Yeah,
do a
I'm
little
like,
can open exercises. Pop a Nicorette. There's some curl action. Hit the quizzes. All right, so what are we going to do, guys? What are we going to do? Call for Dennis. Check raise for Jerome. Raise for Bruce, too. So there are some raises out there.
Let's see. Good mistakes, Reg.
Sneaky calling. Hollywood calling. Drugs is calling.
So,
Six
yeah, he
stars
does
raising.
go a little over half pot here. Call. Zoot it, my dude. Yeah, I haven't seen anyone check raising or anything. Ship wants to fold. Chip Scar says check raise. I don't know what good mistakes Reg means. He didn't really
it's supposed to be
elaborate on that.
mid-stakes.
Like a mid-stakes Reg who's
Not
probably winning,
mid-stakes.
but not
I
like
think he typoed.
mid-stakes or it's supposed to say mid-stakes, you think?
Yeah.
Ah.
Call for Pete.
Need to
Call
call
for Grandpa
for-
Bo.
Yeah, so Gab is calling. What is Drugs doing?
Drugs is calling too, but there are a few raises out there in the Army. What do you think
Yeah,
about
there's a
raising
few
this?
raises out here as well. Not when he uses the larger size. I think we just call with the gut shot here. There may be some turns he just shuts down. I mean, it is a bigger size. Kind of tempted to check raise since we have so little showdown value and we're just going to miss so often on turn and need to check fold. So maybe a small raise would be okay. I think he's going to be still c-betting almost his entire range here as well. And we hit this board pretty hard where we can rep a lot of stuff on turn. So I could see going 800 here and then only betting on turns that kind of improve the range of hands that would make draws are really good for us. Because when we call here for this size, it feels like only way we're going to win if he needs to check the turn and the turn has to run out good for us. Or we have to fucking make a hand.
Right, I mean, spiking 8 always a good
Man, spiking an 8 feels good. Maybe
9's probably
we
okay
always
too.
call.
Like spiking a 9, not a bad thing.
What if he goes?
Spiking
what
a
if he
7,
pots
not a
it?
bad thing.
What if he goes 60% pot, 75% pot, and we hit a 9?
I mean, you still got to call because now you have a pair and a
It feels
gutter.
fucking
Right,
terrible.
because you have a gutter here.
Yeah,
So like a pair and a gutter, you're not folding. So I think when you check raise spots like this, don't you normally need to have a little more equity in the hand?
We don't have a club
like
blocker
9-7 of
either.
hearts, for example. Like you need to have some backdoor shit to go with
We
the
have
over
nothing.
to the jack. So I don't think we raise here because I don't think we have enough juice on the pot. So
I
I think
agree.
for that reason we just call.
And then just give him the opportunity if he checks back. If he
Yeah,
goes
we
small
spike a
on
9 or
turn, we hit a
7, we
9,
call.
7,
We spike an
8.
8, we call. So like all good things can happen on turn. Or if we don't, we just bail, right? If he goes pot up that,
Yeah.
we just bail.
Because
get
we
shit
check
out of
raise
7,
here.
right?
Yeah, because we're just not going to get a lot of turns that are actually good for our equity. Yeah, let's just call.
Yeah,
All
because
right,
like,
we're
I can't
calling.
even think like, I don't know, like 9, 10 hearts or something would be something like
Yeah.
that. Something like that. Cool. We're calling because that's what Drug's doing.
Yeah, as is Gab. Chad out there making a lot of very good points. I might raise if we had backdoor flush draw or something, but we got nothing. Yeah, grab some if we had a club. Yeah, that makes sense. Would be a nice bluff if you had a 7 on the turn. I don't know. All right, we're doing it. Call.
Cool.
Sorry.
I already clicked it. I'm waiting for you.
Yep.
Ready to go.
Perfect.
Here, I think both calling and check raising are both fine. I'm going to lean a bit more towards calling here. Had the opponent c-bet smaller, I would be doing more check raising.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
But, and this isn't a huge bet, it's kind of in the middle. So I can really go either way. And even if they did go smaller, I think it's definitely a mix spot as well. If we had a club in our hand, I'd probably do a little bit more check raising.
A little more juice.
Again, even 9-7 off with the club is going to be a mix. So we're really mixing all of our 9-7s, but just choosing to do a little more check raising when we have the club That way, if club turns, it's a little easier. You know, we get the jam on turn cards. So here we decided to just call, which I think is going to be my default play here. Turn was the 4 of diamonds.
We didn't even name that card.
And the question here is, do we want to have any lead range? So here your options are going to be to check it, to lead out for 400, or to lead out for 800.
Gosh.
Really? Shit gets a little complicated. We're going levels today. Lead into the aggressor on the 4. Is it a thing? That means I'm going to have to run this hand because I just want to see the range.
Yeah, this is fascinating.
This is a great quiz.
Yeah, already.
Because I don't have a lot of turn leads, but they are a thing. And this is a very interesting card. So what do you think?
What's up, Winterren? Good morning.
Jerome, yeah, absolutely. I mean, we always say this too.
100
Like, if you're going to fuck up a hand, fuck it up here where it doesn't cost you any money.
It's free.
Try things out. It's free and get some insight. Absolutely. Like, no shame in being wrong at all. I'm fucking wrong all the time.
Check and then raise. Check, raise. A lot of check raises.
Check. Probably check for Bruce.
Check, raise, all in, or lead 800.
We don't die, we multiply. Jerome's going with the 400 lead. I think the baby good low, but he does have good low board coverage, Cap, for sure.
I like the check raise. Gab is going.
Oh, you mean the button has good low board coverage? I have thoughts, but I don't want to give any spoilers. Was that a Faraz lead to the answer? If you do lead, what size? And is this the card? Checking for Kep. Clubs, Jack X still calling though, says, yep, give it 400. Because I think I'm going to check. I think we have too much equity to lead here. Perhaps I would not want to get raised. Good points.
Yeah, there's some good stuff over here. Got ships wanting.
Kep says he would lead versus an earlier position open because the ranges are more
looking
condensed.
for
It doesn't
more
hit this
turn
board as
leading
much.
spots. Yeah, this is tough. I mean, it's interesting here. What did Drug do here?
He checked since he has too much equity and he's afraid if he gets check raised, that would be a tragedy.
Yeah, and then Gab is going 400. Well, if he got raised, because we're not getting check raised.
Oh, if he got raised, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah. I got. Wait a minute. Lose less. Yeah,
So-
I mean, I'm almost like on team check here. If we do lead, it's going to be the smaller size. We're never going to bomb it. I don't think 800 here and then get ripped on. 800 would give us it's too much. Yeah, we just go 400 if we're going to lead. I don't know. I mean, in this spot, I don't think this changes range advantage enough. We do have a lot of 2 pairs, 7, 8. God, it's interesting, man.
Yeah, weird. I don't have enough turn lanes in my game in general.
I do, but
I'm not sure if this is the card.
Exactly.
I tend to check realize here a lot. So I'm not sure. I do agree that when we do
Deny equity,
these
we don't know.
leads, I know the small bet is what we do. Like, that's the thing.
Zuda pair, you're not denying equity when he has an uncapped range. Like
Right.
he still has
all the jacks,
all the
kings,
he still has aces in his
just
range.
open pre. We didn't narrow his range pre, right?
Yeah, I mean, but he's uncapped. I
And
don't know
he
if we're
didn't-
just still going 800. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
I don't know.
He bet
In
the
my
flop
opinion.
too, so
I'm
he's.
not
still
saying it's not a thing. I'm just saying I don't know if we're necessarily denying equity.
Matt says, question is, are we turning this
Good
into
range
a
is
bluff
what
on the
it's
river
true.
when we brick 90% of the time? 7 and 9 good here. We're only likely drawing to an 8, so an 8 or a 3. Double lead more viable bluff catcher always. Yeah.
All right.
So I don't want to give any spoilers, Matt, but
What are you doing here, Tom?
you are on the long. I'm checking. I don't have the lead here, but if it is a lead, it's gonna be really interesting. I'm definitely gonna run this quiz and just for my own sake. Matter of fact, I'll plug it in once we're done with this and have it run in the background.
All right.
Drugs checking too. Let's find out.
Without content, I'll check raise. Good luck today, fam. All right. 400. Let's do it. 400.
It's super reasonable
Check.
to have a
Also
lead
10
range
points.
here,
Oh,
and
yes.
the
We both
reason
10
we
points.
would want to consider leading here is because that turn card shifted the equities, meaning On the flop, the pre-flop raiser had the equity advantage, and once this card came, the equity advantage shifted, and that has to do with us in the big blind having a bunch of 7-8, 4-5 pocket fours, a lot of our range, 6-4 offsuit even, a lot of our range is really concentrated around these smaller cards, whereas our opponent's range is concentrated over much larger face cards. For example, we have 7-8 offsuit, they only have 7-8 suited, and so on. So when a card like this comes, we do get to do leading. Generally, we're going to choose the small lead size because we're just leading, a large part of our range. And anytime we have a pretty wide value range, we are just going to bet small. Kind of the same way you see bet small when you have a big range advantage as the C better, kind of a similar concept. And I'm probably going to be doing something like leading my better jacks that want to get chips in the pot, like something like a jack queen, or maybe my jacks that have extra equity with it, like a jack 7, for example, a jack 3 suited. Just hands that have a lot of equity and want to put more chips in the pot. I'll certainly be leading a lot of my straights and some of my 2-pair type hands. There's also some benefit to leading hands like 3-4 suited, for example, just because you get to set your price. And I'm also going to be leading, any other kind of gut shot, straight draw type hands. I'm not saying you want to lead every single one of them. You certainly want to mix. You certainly want to, be checking some 2 pairs and mixing with your jacks and having some straights you just check. But I'm just kind of giving you the option of what type of hands you might want to lead with. And definitely this is one of them that really benefits from leading, because check calling kind of sucks here, especially if they bet big, but you really don't want to fold. You're open-ended. At the same time, you're not thrilled putting a lot of chips in here, open-ended with a flush draw out. So check calling just leads to bad scenarios, and leading kind of leads to a lot of better scenarios. And this player's a bit handcuffed because of how much stronger our range is. So we lead small 400, they call. River comes the 4 of clubs, and we're going to have the option to check and give up, to bet 800, or to go all in.
So I'm getting a lot of questions in the chat that I kind of want to take a couple seconds for, if you don't mind. Some of the tighter guys in the chat who I think it's interesting. They're saying when we lead here, like we're trying to get 10s, 9s, and 8s to fold, or we're trying to get weaker jacks to fold. I think because you guys are a little bit on the tighter side, your ranges aren't wide enough. Like this guy's got king queen that he's going to open on the button, see bet the flop with. King queen beats us right now. We get king queen to fold. Ace 10, queen 10, queen 9. All those hands are better than us. Ace 9. All those things are better. So we get better to fold for sure. 9, 10 of diamonds. Perfect example ship. So like he's got a wider range than just 10s, 9s. Like those hands aren't folding. That's not really what we're targeting. It's a button open range.
Show up there
like
with
he's raising
all of his
minimum
ace
60% of.
Well, not minimum. Probably like 40%. A good mistakes range is 50% of the deck, 40 to 50%, right?
On the button?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, and if he's really good, maybe he gets up to 60% if he perceives us as weak.
Also, he's got Faraz in the big blind, so he's going to probably stay toward the tighter because, like, you don't really attack good players.
60% of your range against Faraz there? I don't know. That seems. But yeah, nonetheless, he made a lot of very good points. And when you're thinking about this, it's not like it's our range here. Like, we have just so many hands to hit this board. And he's just telling you can be a little bit more creative when you show up to the turn on this spot rather than just check playing straight forward, because of the range of hands we're going to have in a spot like this. It's going to really handcuff his single pair hands and his high cards.
Yep.
It's just that simple. Yeah.
Yep. All right, cool. 800 for Bruce, 800 for Jerome.
A bunch of jams out there. Jam. Stinky, bingo, getting it in. Come on. Don't be shy now.
Yeah, and a lot of those hands fold to one bet, Matt. But if I was, I don't want to give any spoilers about what I would do in the river if I led, but we can talk about that after. Does button sleep at 100% of the range on the flop? I wouldn't say 100, but damn close.
All in, jam.
The board has high and low stuff, so Billy may have something, but I don't know this hand in general. It seems tough. Late position. Yeah, it is one of those weird ones. Like all the middling stuff has gut shots, right? Ship. So that is a little weird.
I see two 800s
any
and
combo with an 8.
all ends. The rest all ends. Villain folds a 7 other shit and tones and missed. Zooted pairs doesn't know what the hell's going on. O is jamming.
We have no showdown, and we brick this river. Now what? Now what, Matt?
What did drugs do?
I haven't gotten to drugs yet. Check for
You
Dennis
should.
all in Albatross. Winging it in there.
So you were bet 1250.
Swamp will be good enough. Villain will have some A7 folds and sits to ship. Hollywood, check folding.
So White Mike, love the study streams. We do this every Saturday
with ship. 60% of the pot we bet on this board.
Eastern. And we're going to be having guests. We have guests on a lot, buddy. So
I think it's either a give up or a jam, says Drugs. I think we lean towards jam, put pressure on a lot of his range. So Drugs leaning jam. For pot.
Okay, drugs leading jam. Okay. Yeah. What am I doing here? I'm hovering. I'm pushed all in, and I'm hovering the X button on the screen, waiting to get snapped off. I'm all in. I mean, I'm just shoving. I'm just waiting. I'm just shoved, and then I'm hovering the X button.
Why do you gotta expect back? Like, I'm cool with the all in. I'm just wondering why you're hovering over the X button. Like, I'm fucking
warming
all
up the
in
car
and saying, like, that's the difference. Got him.
No, I'm snapping. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're jamming here. Just think about the range, like all the different. We have 5-4. We have 6-4. We even have like Jack-4 that would defend here. We have flush, straights, boats. Like, yeah, we're just going with it. And he still just has single pair hands. When we go so small, we don't necessarily condense all that much of his range. He still finds some floats with all of the pairs he would have. And we can make even some Jack X indifferent. Yee. I'm jamming. Yee.
Yeah, and like he checked the turn, right? That's what he capped.
Yes, all in.
So the flush draw would likely bet.
He didn't check the turn. We bet and he called.
We bet and he called.
Because we lied. He did, yeah. I don't think he's capped in that regard. Some of his Jack X wouldn't come over the top. But yeah, I mean, give me out.
But the flush did get there.
Mm.
800
So did the boat.
800 is too small.
800 feel like it gets snapped off. I'm gonna make shit indifferent. I feel like 800 might even get hero by like 8 somehow. I don't know.
YOLO. All right. I talked myself in, out, and back in.
Watch it just be a 0. Watch the fucking show.
I'd rather have a club in your hand that jams so that he doesn't have the club draw. He's more pair heavy. That's a good point, Drugs.
So what do drugs do again?
He's jamming.
All right, let me make sure.
He said he wished he had a club though.
in.
He said he wished he had a club though, because if he had a club, it lessens the fact that this guy would float with club draw. It gives him more Jack X and single pair, 8s, 9s, 10s, something like that.
All right.
Overpair possibility. Yes. I'm wondering if the overpair raises the turn bet, but maybe not with all the straight combos and 2-pair combos and the weird lead. He still has overpair in his range. He does solo sound.
Cool. You ready?
Yeah, let's jam it.
Oh, all in. Please. Let's go.
I'm generally going to be betting here.
No fear.
You know, we definitely have some 4X we play this way. We have
fear poker.
A lot of clubs we played this way. And we still have the 7-8, and we have the blocker too, 7-8. So, you know, this is a hand I'm definitely pretty happy to keep going with. In terms of the sizing, I definitely like betting big here. There's not a lot of hands we want to bet small here.
No.
We are pretty polarized. You know, I'm not really too thrilled about betting any of my jacks here. You know, 10 jack, I'm probably just checking. You know, maybe if I have some king jack, that's good enough that I want to bet. But other than that, we're pretty polarized here to a flush, a 4, and a straight. I think a non-all-in size is certainly reasonable to go, you know, something like 66-70% of the pot is totally reasonable. I think anywhere from there to all-in are all fine options. And as always, you know, you don't have to take every river bluff spots. You have a bad feeling, your image is bad, you just don't think it's going to work. Checking is okay, but in general, we want to be going for it here. A really important thing here is that we are leading our flush draws on the turn, not all of them, but a really good mix of them. That way we're able to get to the river with all sorts of things. You know, when the 3 rivers are straight, you know, we have it. When the 7 rivers are straight, we have it. When the 8 rivers are straight, we have it. When clubs come, we have it. So it's really important that you just have some sprinkles of a little bit of everything. That way you feel confident in being able to represent all those hands on the river. Of course, not everyone knows your entire range, so you don't need to be perfectly balanced for everyone here.
True.
If you are going to be playing with someone, very often, or, you have played with them a lot, then, that balance becomes a little more important.
Boom. He did it. Didn't even show the bet. Didn't even,
Don't
have
matter.
answer for Roz. It does not matter.
I'm pretty sure this is a tie, yeah?
illustrating.
Swish.
Swish.
Cool. Coin flip it. Call it, Gab.
Oh shit! It's coin flip time.
If Drugs wins, he's going to roll it through to the next quiz.
Cool.
And he wants Gab
All
to
right.
call it.
We're gonna sweat the flip on toe stream, guys. Whenever we get a situation where we have a tie, we go to the coin flip. Gab, call it. Gab, call it. Heads or tails, my dude. You know the drill. I'll
Snap
give
call
you
by Queen
10
10
seconds.
clubs, and we're dead. LOL. That's okay. Faraz can afford it.
Yeah.
He's rich enough.
All right. Gab, where you at? Tails.
Tails. Let's flip it.
All right. Flipping. I don't see anything.
Tails. It is.
Tails. Let's go.
Congratulations, Gab.
Let's go, Gab, my dude. Nice things, buddy. This motherfucker won in both chats to give away, wins the flip, perfect score. What the hell kind of life? Nice
Crushing
life, my dude.
Crushing life.
Running,
yes.
crushing it. The God. Sheesh.
All right. New keyword.
Oh, yeah, new keyword. I see you, Gab. Good shit, buddy. Mafia's finest. All right, new keyword. You already know what I'm thinking.
You have said it.
I can't. I tried not to say it's a cat jam.
Cat jam, all one word. Sixes likes to see the little.
I love to see the
avatar
chat.
go by.
I love to see it in the chat.
My mic sounds muffled today.
It did earlier when you first started. The
Oh,
show.
I have my mic up. Yeah.
All right. In the meantime, we'll pick. Hey, there it is. Not cat jam. It's cat jam. What's up, Solo Asylum? Good morning. Travesty, my man. Let's go. Let's pick another one. Peanut flush. Let's get it.
Cool.
Shit's funny as hell to me.
Back to quizzes.
Let those roll in for a minute.
What is cat jam? If you have the right, what's the add-on? I forget what the add-on is. You have to have something installed, right?
What is it for Twitch? I
If you
can't
have
remember.
the, if you have the right thing installed, it's a little dancing cat avatar that if you look on Six's stream, you'll see it.
Better Twitch TV. That's what it's called. Better Twitch TV.
It's additional avatars
Yeah.
and emotes you can use.
All right, let's find one.
Next quiz. Oh, what about Evan? 1240. 1100 WPT Falls View, new series.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's do it. Little Evan. Always fun.
Yeah.
Love his tags. He knows we're reviewing him here, so.
Cat jam and peanut butter. All right, let's roll for it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Beats is up, my man.
That beats. Stinky.
She
my
too
dude.
lazy. Yeah, that takes initiative and all that kind of stuff. Too lazy to install cat jam.
Let's
True.
fucking go.
100% true.
Let's go, my dude. All right. I am ready to roll it.
Me too. Oh, I already did.
watch
Beats.
it. No, not roll it.
Jesus
Fire
Christ.
up the yeah.
Who are we going against?
You have Stinky.
Stinky. All right, a good challenge.
My
Let's do it.
dude, a good battle. Let's go.
Oh, make this quick. He's got 14 minutes till he starts work. Play.
Hello, everyone. Evan Jarvis here for PokerCoaching.com. Today is a very exciting day.
Evan
we are
crushed
beginning
me on the-
into tournament
screen names.
hands. This is a hand
No
I
screen
played at the
names.
$1,100 World
yes.
Poker Tour Fallsview Poker Classic, the same tournament I chopped a few years ago for $162,000. Starting stacks, 20,000. Starting blinds, 100, 200 with a big blind ante
What?
of 200 right into the action. It's folded to us Under the gun 1, we have no reads on the table because the tournament just started. What should you do with ace-jack suited? Should you fold, limp in, raise to 400, or raise to 600?
What are we doing, guys? What are we doing? Are we opening? Are we min raising? Are we more than min raising? What the hell are we doing? 100 bigs deep? 600, 600, 600s. Coming in the chat.
4 of the 6 or the 4? The min raise or the 3x?
Or do you balance your folding range? 600 for beats.
Shit. Put fold in the chat. You'll get permabanned. I dare you. Come on.
I would raise
600,
500, but we'll go
6,
6. Fair enough,
600.
Albatross. 66666.
And this is live as well.
Jerome would go for.
Remember, this is remember this is live, guys.
666 666 666.
All right. What are you doing here?
6. I probably would go like 5. So 6.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh shit, he didn't even go. I thought my bad about. I thought I think he went. Oh, he did. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The whole army's going 6. I'm going 6 too. I mean, I would go 5, probably go 2.5, but 6 is cool. Totally live. We're deep.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going. I mean,
Not
yeah,
min raising. That's the key.
First hand, you're going 5 ways.
Yeah, when we min raise this deep, like you just get a million callers. It's you don't build pots, you can't stack anybody. Yes, so 500 I would go 2. I would toss, but 6 is good. 6 is good. What I take into consider being live, people call more, so size up a little bit more. Where I still min raise live, but I probably min plus, so like 1 point something.
Yeah, like 500 to 550, but really isn't an option. You guys throwing some 50s in there live? You're one of those guys that need change every hand? Oh my goodness. All right, 600. We're going 400 because that's what Stinky's doing, but I would go 6.
Let's do it.
Now, depending on your style of play,
Did they both get the same?
all the
10 for
options
4?
except for fold have some merit.
It's 10
What'd
for
you get
6.
for 6?
We have very
10.
premium hand. We're not
Oh,
folding
they're both
ace-jack
10.
suited. But in terms of limping
They're
in,
both 10, guys.
some players do this to invite the rest of the table to come along with them to limp around and to bring in all those junky suited hands, to get the king 2 suiteds in there, the 5-3 suiteds in there, the 9-6 suiteds in there. Because, early stages of these tournaments, when people see it's just a limp, oh, it's just 200, I have 20,000 chips in front of me, I can afford it. They'll call pretty liberally with a lot of hands. And ace-jack suited is one of those hands that can cooler a lot of worse hands, a lot of worse suited hands. So there's definitely some merits to limping in with these hands in early position. That being said, personally, I don't use that strategy very often. I prefer to come in for a raise. Now, in terms of sizing, whether you chose 400 or 600, I give you 10 points. Some school of thought prefer the smaller sizing because it gives them more room post flop to maneuver. It gives them more stack depth behind to make moves post flop. Also, in the cases when they get 3-bet, it's typically to a smaller amount, so they have more room to call and take more flops. But I find that when the stacks are this deep, 100 big blinds, I prefer to go with cash game sizings because I prefer to build a pot a little bit more early on, assuming people are going to be calling with weaker hands than I have. I want to be able to get as much value out of the situation as possible, both pre-flop and post-flop. So I make it 600 here, but if you made it 400, that's awesome too. And we get called in your typical tournament scenario.
And we even sized up.
5 spots. 5 spots.
Yep.
So we are 6 ways to the flop, which is king of diamonds, 10 of hearts, 5 of clubs, giving us a gut shot to the nuts. Sorry, a nut shot, and a backdoor flush shot. Checks. Oh, we got an open fold from the big blind, actually. They just weren't even interested in the pot whatsoever. And it comes to us next to act. What should you do? Should you check, bet 800, bet 2,400, or bet 4,000?
Wait. Flats to 3x and then open folds. Legend.
All right, what are we doing here, guys?
Buying, guys. Hashtag nut shot.
Yeah, I never heard. I like that. That's good. That's really good. So if we would have went 400, the
Good
whole
morning,
table,
Agafish.
at least we folded out 2 players. So yeah, what are you guys doing? Travesty is checking, Peanuts checking. So I guess I want to check. Ship says. What's up, Snots? Good morning,
C
buddy.
bet for over Augusta Fish. Hollywood, C betting 2. Bunch of checks. Dennis, Bruce, Sea Stars, Beach, Drugs, Albatross.
How many leads you got over there?
Check
Any
in.
yet?
How many leads?
Yeah.
2.
I see 2 here as well. Solo and Chip Scar.
Over Augusta Fish.
Everybody else
Hollywood.
checking.
Everyone else checking too, including Beats.
Gab's checking, check. This is live poker. Making 4 people poll is difficult. What happens when you see bet here? Who's folding?
Big bet for Pete, 2,400.
Sheesh.
Hurt hammer time.
Backdoor flush draw. Let me see. Wait a minute. What does Stinky do? My bad.
No
Make sure you guys
fear.
are tagging us in chat. Make sure you tag us if you're picked, because there's a lot of chat and it's hard to go back and find. So if you can tag me, it makes it much easier.
At crazy
to find.
sixes.
Yeah, if you're the one picked, Stinky, I got, you know.
800
So did
is
you
a good
go-
price, says Fish.
Check. It's all good, man. So we're checking here.
So
And-
we're checking too.
I mean, dude,
I mean, that's 5 ways. I'm fucking checking.
you're at a position
You're
to
out of position. You're gonna bet on all these people.
One,
You're gonna at
two.
least get called if not raised. And like, what are we doing on turn? Like when we don't improve, even if we hit an ace, like, are we good? Is it 2 pair? Is it a straight? What the hell? If we hit a jack, is it good enough? I don't know. Like check.
Ship said something very interesting. He said, we built a live pot that we're never going to win. Limp is OP. I played with James Carroll day 1 of the main event. And this man was limping, small raising, but he limped a good amount and it was very effective and he was crushing cats with it. You know, so I can think it'd be viable at the highest strategy if you really study it. And if you're really good at poker.
The key is don't just say I'm limping all the time now. Like either come
No,
up
you have
or
to- you
study
have to have a strategy,
or you know, find a strategy that's suitable to that style of play. You know what I mean? That's
No, I played with a couple
and
cats.
vetted.
Ryan Tosic I played with. He was limping, mixing it up. So
I mean, this is what I always say about Ryan LaPlante. The thing about Ryan LaPlante, that really interests me
good
about
as
him as a
well.
player is like he's got a really well developed limp strategy in general that I think is
spots,
interesting.
yeah.
Absolutely, he's
But
the perfect
nonetheless.
example of that. We're checking.
Yeah, I mean, we're checking. People say if you want to lead, people are like trying to figure out if we can lead in a spot like this. I just think it's gonna
This is
like
not a
if
lead
they're
board.
not- it's just gonna be
It is-
tough, man. I mean, we're gonna lead here. We're just gonna get called potentially in multi spots. And
What would you do with Ace King here? All these fucking people.
Got it back, right? I mean, that's the best one we can have. Probably go like 30%. Go kind of smallish.
I still.
I don't see
check
why
that.
going
I
big.
still probably check that. Too.
I can see checking that as. I mean, I can see check raising it. I don't know. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
check. Yeah. Calling range is probably. Yeah, there's just like a lot of Broadway type hands.
Checking the tie
Exactly.
range period, says Matt. Yeah, I'm kind of the same thing.
Great. We're checking here. Man,
We
this
are
is
checking
where-
too. Let's do it.
Gotta check.
Yeah. No
Now,
pressure.
most players' default here is certainly going to be to simply check here. We are in a 1, 2, 3, 4 way situation. There's a very high likelihood that someone hit this board with, king, queen, king 10 suited, maybe pocket 5s, maybe pocket 10s, maybe pocket king. Less likely pocket kings, but possible. And with this many players in the pot, very good chance someone hit the board. Also a lot of gut shots that are live. So checking here makes total sense. It's kind of the standard play in these situations. And were the king not a diamond, I would probably check here too. But because the king is a diamond, have a backdoor flush draw, and some players may just slow play with king queen, king 10, pocket 10s, pocket 5s. I like to actually maintain the lead in the hand and keep my range uncapped here. It's only a little bit more than a check at 800 here, but it keeps the lead in the hand, and it's something that I could do with
I'm
a
about to
strong
Skype you,
hand as
Evan.
well. Next best sizing, I think,
Slide into your
is
DMs.
2400, and I'd prefer that if it were just, say, a heads-up pop, but with it being 5-way, I think it's too likely someone's connected, and if we're going to bet, we should bet a very small amount. Potting it doesn't make much sense either. We go with a small bet here, such that our opponents can call with a king, our opponents can call with a 10. We give ourselves a really nice price to hit the gut shot if a queen comes on the turn, and also give ourselves a great price to potentially turn backdoor diamonds. If we get raised, it's not the end of the world. It didn't cost us that many more chips than a check did, and depending on the sizing, we may be able to continue. I also think this gives us a better chance of seeing a cheaper turn than checking does, because if we check and someone's got king queen or better, they're probably going to bet a lot bigger than our 800 is. So next to act in the low jack makes it 3,200. Folds back to us. 2,400 to go. About 7,000 in the middle, 16K behind. Action is on you. What should you do? Should you fold, call, click it back to 5,600?
I hate
go
this,
all in.
Evan. I hate this. Why?
Matt says we're going down the hornhole.
Yeah.
100 BBs, YOLO, too rich to care. Yeah, check was 10 points too, which is interesting. And the C bet here, you can't really run
100K bankroll confirmed. Too rich to care. Click wartime. Holy shit.
Click wartime.
No, just somebody in the
Who's
chat
clicking?
said that. This is back in the. I remember 2008. This is a click war.
Clicking.
Yeah.
That's some like Sean Deeb shit you see on TV. Click, 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 like 6-bet click.
Gosh, man. Well,
call some C-Stars, call some Dennis.
F minus. I am just
What
sliding
are
with the
y'all
back door.
doing?
What are some things we should be thinking about here? Snall says it's never a call. And everyone else is calling.
Fold
Out of
for
position sucks,
Jerome.
but we are deep.
We got 2 calls, 2 folds, and 42 people who are shook. Hollywood folding. Matt.
Brian
If he
fucking
folds
Banks
this, I'll
folding.
totally reevaluate my poker career side.
Great shirt, man. Oh yeah,
Jesus
this is
Christ.
that
Peak
Big Trouble in
clicking.
Little China. That Big Trouble with Jack Burton, baby.
Bro, I'm joking on the fold? Interesting. Have to call now, says Kep.
Coffee's cold as fuck. Either flat or fold, leaning towards fold. Fold.
What are you doing? Beats.
Stinky
Beats calling.
calls.
I see you.
All right. What do you think here, Tom?
Well, I have a very definitive answer. Never calling. I am snap folding.
Shit,
No,
I'm
no,
getting 3
no.
to
He
1
bet-
this
he
deep.
ra-
I'm never folding.
He raised this shit 5 ways. Like, what are you gonna do? Pick up a diamond and get stacked? Like, like what's the plan? Multi-way, I'm snap folding. Snappy, snappy, snap, snap, snap.
Yeah, we probably.
Snappy, snap folding.
Are we getting
Never.
with the gut shot.
And
And we were like multi-way, and he
Gone.
made this raise. He has a set or 2 pair always, right?
Gone. So gone. Set 2 pair, maybe ace king. That's what the range
It's
is.
never like
We have a
queen
jack. He doesn't have queen jack.
He doesn't have king jack. The worst hand he could possibly have that might be fucking punting is like king
Snap
queen.
folding, Dennis.
Shit's funny as hell.
Like, I'd throw
I
those cards in
mean,
so fast, we would have to duck. Because potentially lose an eye, I'd be folding those cards so fast. Block his bluffs.
Man.
Dude.
Why do I
Doesn't
want a
have to- we
station that's
blocked the
getting 3 to
backdoor
1 with the
diamond
gut
draw?
shot? No.
Oh, my God. I couldn't
Oh, well, I
focus.
mean, we're dead, right? I mean, he
Dead.
just has like 2 pairs and sets and shit, but we're getting 3 to 1. Can we ever just call in spike a queen?
Dead.
All right.
Should have
Well,
bet. Could
calling.
always check call. Like,
I think I want to call too, but I don't know. Let's see. Evan puts in 800. You think he's folding now? He can't.
I mean, I think he
For the
sized
quiz
down to
sake?
potentially let himself think, but I don't know if that's...
Dude, for the quiz sake, if you're
And
thinking about
honestly,
the quiz,
I love
my
Evan.
man
He's
ain't
a
never
great player,
folding.
and he's usually on point. In this hand, the C bet is a question mark. The call, I think the call is a mistake.
I mean,
No.
you think he's
I
gonna
haven't
just
run
fold
very
after
many
this? I don't
five-way
think so.
pots, in all honesty, but I mean, we're calling on a gutter and a prayer here. I mean,
His
even if we hit our
absolute
ace,
worst
it's
hand would be
good. I
like
don't even
queen
know if we
jack
hit our
hearts,
ace if it's
yeah.
good.
Don't
You know?
let him bully you.
That's why I
Yeah.
check call. Then he can't bully me.
We're calling because that is what my man Stinky's doing.
That's what Beats is doing too. Let's find out.
Let's do it.
I hope
Careful.
that
3 to
you
1.
didn't choose either of the aggressive
hell
options
no.
of going all in with ace high
Hell
or clicking
no.
it back. But I did put clicking it back here
Told
because
you.
I would like you to
knew it.
consider
Looking for one
if
card
there are
isn't a
any
good thing,
hands
Fish.
that you would ever want to do this with if you got raised on the flop. Would you want to potentially click it back with your very strongest hands? Say your pocket fives if you have them, or your pocket tens if you have them, to build the pot more and have the best chance of getting it all in on the turn and river. It's something to consider
We do need to have a talk with Jarvis.
because being out of position, it's a little
got the
bit
best
easier
edibles in
for our
the world
opponent
in
to
Canada,
control the size of the
some.
pot on later
Hell.
streets. But if we get more chips in the middle now, there's going to be so much in the middle that the money is guaranteed to go in. So just something that
Oh, I thought you was gonna do
may
it.
not cross your mind normally, but is a play that is going to have some merit in some situations. And I put it in this quiz so that you would just have it in your mind to look for those unorthodox plays where you can build a pot and also give your opponent an incredible price that they would feel foolish folding. I see a lot of Brazilian players do this, and it's really good for building the pot. In a spot where you think your opponent has a pretty strong hand, but you have like the nuts, and you want to ensure all the money goes in, the min re-raise works very well. Between calling
do
and
that
folding, it's very close. It's a matter of preference. If you have the ability to rebuy in the tournament,
Oh, here it is.
then calling
Too rich
probably
to
makes
care.
more sense.
Then call.
You're getting about break-even odds to hit the queen. And then you have implied odds definitely should you hit that queen because king 10, king queen,
for sure.
pocket 10s, pocket 5s are all going to put the rest of the money in
He's
on the
aware.
turn. Only issue is obviously you're
aware.
not a lock when you turn queen because your opponent can pair the board on the river. But because of the fact that
They
there are
got
also
rebuy
backdoor
equity.
diamonds you can pick up as well, there will be enough equity to justify calling. That being said, it's very much right on the line, and I felt that there wasn't a need to
Yes, sure.
take a super close spot to try to build a stack early in the tournament. I figured there were better spots to invest my chips later on, so I opted to go with a fold. But if you happen to go with a call, that's a 10-pointer too because you ran the
Fold was
math.
10 points as well.
You knew you could pick
And
up
then he
about
showed
10
him
to
stop
1
putting the chips in the
on
pot.
it, and that's about the odds of
Interesting.
making your gut shot on the turn. Not to mention the fact that you can also hit it potentially on the river. If your opponent, if the turn is a diamond, you can call almost a pot-sized bet and still be getting the correct odds and have major implied odds. So just something there that never would have even come up if we went for a larger bet size
That's true.
or a check. I guess checking had some
Never
extra merits on
going
the flop, though,
large.
that if it goes bet, call, or bet, call, now we can certainly justify calling and have a much more implied odds. So, yeah, that was a pretty fun quiz, actually. And I always enjoy going through these hands and making these quizzes to expand my thoughts around the game and realize, why a line maybe I didn't take might have been a better one. So, this has been Evan Jarvis for PokerCoaching.com. I hope you enjoyed this quiz. I hope you learned a thing or two. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one.
You know what's interesting too is the last two quizzes we taken, both 2 in a row, where like they had multiple options that were 10s. So it just goes to tell you that there's like a lot of times there's not a definitive answer, right? Like you can go
Yeah,
a
it's
couple
close.
different ways.
Oof.
You get a 10 and you get a 10 and you get a 10.
Yeah, but I really hate the flop bet. I mean pre-flop.
So do I.
I
hate the check.
I mean,
raise
not
call.
pre-flop.
I'm
oh,
sorry,
no,
I hate
flop,
the 3
excuse
bet
me.
call worse. I hate
What's up, Tug?
the call words. He didn't make it though.
Yeah, get me out.
He
Get
said,
me
if you
out,
want to
get
be
me
crazy,
out,
you
get me
can,
out,
but
get me
I ain't
out.
that kind of
Get
crazy.
me out.
We switched it.
Yeah, so did we. Get me out.
Oh shit.
Of that one. Let's roll it.
All right. Who's calling it?
You guys can call it this time.
Call
We'll be-
it beats.
We'll be respectful. We run that good. Stinky is we take turns calling it. It was their turn.
Tails never fails, he says.
Oh, they're going tail Stinky. Oh no. Heads.
Tails! We did it!
Oh! Sorry, Stinky.
I'll beat
Nah, he got it, Stinky. They got the
$5
pick.
up a team toe, ACR, or however you want.
Good run though.
I ain't driving a Pahrump, but all the other options are available to you. Yes, Jerome.
He switched it. Yeah, GG. Lost the flip. It's poker. You know how it is.
Yeah, get used
Used
to
to
it.
losing flips. All right, cool. New keyword. What we got?
New keyword.
Think it's something easy. PC, is that too simple?
PC's.
Explanation point PC is in there, so.
Oh. Fuck, I had one in the last one, then Cat Jam threw me off.
Flips.
Flips.
Flips. Gotta win your flips. Get in there.
Flips is the keyword, with an S at the end.
Flips. And we'll pick another one. I'm the only one still scoring zeros. Shit. That is silly as shit.
Affleck or jail?
We got time for both. But we can start with a little uncle. We get an uncle in there. Uncle JL.
Oh, we have two uncles. I went with Uncle Ben. Uncle JL, 237.
What's up, UNC? Good morning. Good to see you, buddy. Give you guys another minute or so, or a few seconds to get in there before we roll it. It's flips, not chips. Tug. All right, we're gonna get a legend this time. I feel it.
Oh shit.
Hey, full ace. Thank you for that follow. Good luck on the grind. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. I like to let you pick first.
Stinky's up again. This
What
time
in
for the
world?
army.
Cherishable girl. He's drawing that.
Dead.
Dead. He's met his match. He's done.
Oh shit.
One of the finest. Poker Profi. Thank you for that. Follow? Oh, you didn't follow. I'm an idiot. I just read chat. All right. Let's do some jail.
So
The 1K. 1237. 81 bigs with the king queen suits. Let's do it. You ready?
Yep.
All right.
Here we have King, Queen suited facing an under the gun open.
Ooh, echo.
Very, very similar to my last quiz if you go back to it where we had Ace, King suited. Should we fold, call, re-raise to 900,000, or go all in?
Gotta win this flip, damn it, says Stinky. Let's do it, buddy. 94 pigs, about 80 effective.
This
There are
looks
some short
familiar.
stacks. There is a raise. I don't remember this one.
Oh, he says he had an ace king suited hand, maybe. Already following. Hell yeah, appreciate that. I know I don't know why I read that.
Call for Hollywood.
This is more rigged than a Coinbase deposit fee. Still using Coinbase, CAC W.
R.I.P. Keck W. See, he just died.
I did. I was so sad. We got it. Yeah, I got to get that meme back on the channel.
900 for Stinky.
900 it is. I jammed
Call
94 bigs here.
900 for
Millsbury
C-Star.
out here trolling. All is right in the world.
Call for Gab.
Re-raise. There is. Oh, yeah.
There's a few 3-bets, 2-rates in the army.
79, 30, 30, 30, 30. Okay. Woo. Few calls. Mostly 3-betting, though. White Mike is calling.
The
Gab
army
is
pretty
calling.
mixed.
Yeah, it's kind of mixed here as well. What are you doing here, Ship? 3-bet or call? It's kind of weird. There's nobody really sure behind it. Most of the guys behind got like 40. This guy's kind of deep. High jack versus low jack. 3-bet is spicy.
Drum is not
Grand
under the gun,
Poobah.
so call always count back from the button. So button, cut off, hijack. They're actually in the low jack.
Yeah, this is low jack. This is like
Short-handed
late
tape.
position. This is not. Yeah, this ain't EP. Call 88% of the time. Travesty says. All right. Yeah, we have no information on villain, so we don't know if he's 4-betting a lot, if he's aggro, tight.
Six says, didn't see the raise. You have an option to choose it right now. Change it right now, Stinky.
Yeah, it did. I was kind of confused on that as well.
There is
It
a
looked
raise
like,
in front. So 3-bet or call.
Oh shoot, what were you doing here, Cherishable Girl? I missed it if you said something. Remember, if you guys can tag us in these, it makes it easier when there's a lot of chat. 900. Okay. 3 betting here. Where you at, Toe?
Sticky said he's gonna hold, I think. So yeah, if we, oh no, he changed it to call. Cool. Yeah, I think King Queen Suit's one of those funny ones. Like a lot of times we 3-bet the King Jack and the King 10, but King Queen Suit's got so much fucking equity that we flat. I think I would flat here. Just with 40 bigs behind, I think I'm leaning flat. If we were all 100 bigs and you 3-bet it, I see that a little more often. I think I'm calling.
Pure 3-bet. I'm only 3-betting this.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
This deep. I mean, I don't really like having a lot of flats in the hijack here. We may not get absolute position, so he's deep enough, wide enough, and late enough position that
Does make sense.
I mean, I think this is.
I would certainly consider it in the moment.
I mean, yeah. I mean, maybe from here or something when you know, you can just flat. I don't know, but I like the 3-bet this deep, 80 bigs.
I don't hate it. We're calling. Let's find out. You're raising, right?
Yeah. Cherishable Girl is going 900.
Find out. No flip today.
Let's do it.
Well, certainly don't go all in for a gigantic pile of chips because when you get called, you're going to be in terrible shape.
How many points?
So in this scenario, the question is, do you 3-bet or do you call? If you recall the last quiz I made from the same tournament when the same player opened under the gun, I said you want to be 3-betting your absolute best hands that can very easily put money in the pot, confidently, and then you want to be 3-betting some junkier hands that can very easily fold if you get 4 bets. King Queen suited is definitely a hand that wants to see the flop. I think I actually referenced Ace Queen suited, Ace Jack suited, right, in the previous video. Those are hands that also would love to just call here because if you 3-bet and get 4-bet, those hands become significantly weaker. Whereas if you just call in the scenario and see the flop, that's fine and good. So this is definitely a spot where you want to call. Big blind calls as well. Definitely reference the charts at pokercoaching.com. You will see that for the most part, these good, strong suited hands really like calling, and their offsuit counterparts are the ones that much prefer 3-betting essentially as a bluff, and because those hands would much prefer to get the pot heads up, whereas King Queen suited doesn't really care if you see a multi-way flop, because if you flop a flush or a straight, that's just great. Well, a flush especially. All right, big blind calls as well. Flop comes Jack, 8, 5, 3 hearts. We have no hearts. Should we check, bet 500,000, bet 1 million, or bet 1.5 million?
Just all you're in the right place for that, man. If you want to move up, beating the micro 6, but want to move up 6, this is a good place to do it. And to get really solid, because as you move up, obviously, the things that work in low stakes aren't going to work as well.
Snosh, you're preaching. Exactly. Yeah, you're thinking just like I'm thinking, Snosh, about. Yeah, I agree with what you're saying, buddy.
A bunch of checks.
Dream flop. Yeah, the dream
1 million bet for Jerome. Check for Hollywood. Check for Pete.
Don't spaz.
Just as I want to be able to play against good players, you should want to play against bad players. Bad
There's
players
a check
are where
option.
the money's at.
There's a fold option. Kappa. Ooh, shit! A lot of
check
bets.
for Stinky.
Kind of 500K for Gab. 1 million from Bingo. 500K from Brian. People play monotone boards differently. I like betting 1 mil.
I see you, Stinky. I see you.
I would bet quarter pot. Snosh says, and a bunch of checks. Cherishable Girl. Let me see. What do we do? Nothing yet. Still waiting. Viv says check.
We're going to find out.
What you guys doing over there in the army?
Check it. Check. We got 1 bet, and it's a milli. And then a bunch of checks. Stinky checking. Check for mine.
Cherishable Girl checks. Thank you for tagging me. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think I'm checking here too. I think it's so easy for them to just check call, check raise. We have no equity at all in the backseat. Maybe stabbing if they cap even more by checking back through the turn. Mm-hmm. I could see that maybe a little bit more than checking here, because their range isn't like weak just because they check. They can still have very strong hands here.
Mm-hmm.
Multi-way, or hands that are at least have a lot of showdown value with equity, and we just have no.
A lot of milling stuff cuts
Exactly.
like gutters and things on this board too, right? And also, if we do bet, because betting in the back seat here, I think might be a thing sometimes, just because we're in the back seat.
I mean, I hate the sizes.
If we, I kind of agree with Snost. You were saying he bets
I
quarter.
mean,
pot.
if you go smaller,
So
I can
quarter to
see
30%, I think is the standard.
quarter,
If we bet.
20% pot or something like that. If that was a thing, maybe I could see that. But 500K torching that, no, thank you.
And we always bet super small, 1 multi-way and 2 on monotone boards, and this is both things. So small bet for sure if you're gonna bet smaller than 500.
Yeah, 500 feels fucking massive, dude, to torch. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm checking.
Me too.
20 to 25%.
Stinky checking as well.
20. All right, let's check. Please.
So our hand is very bad.
Like, don't tell me
If I had a heart, I would
it's
certainly
good.
consider betting. Because if you do bet, let's say, king, queen with the king of hearts, assuming I didn't 3-bet a pre-flop. If we did have king, queen with the queen of hearts, or ace, queen with the queen of hearts, you don't really mind betting it and then folding it if you get raised. Because if you get raised, you have to presume you're against a better made hand or a better draw. Either way, you're in bad shape. But this hand is just really bad. If we bet this and get called, we're going to have no clue what to do on all sorts of turns. And we're also multi-way. It's very likely the big blind just has something decent because they're going to check their entire range. Under the gun could certainly be checking with a hand like pocket aces with the ace of hearts or ace of hearts jack, right? That's never going to fold. So this is a spot where we just don't want to put any money in the pot. We're done with it unless we improve. But we do improve. Turn is the queen of clubs. Big blind checks. Under the gun bets 850K. Should we fold, call, raise to 2.2 million, or go all in?
Oh shit! What are we doing now? Call for Jerome.
Imagine jamming 15 million right now.
Yeah, just click the button. It's easy.
Yeah. Holy shit.
What are y'all doing out there? Where you at? Call for Mike. Call for Stinky. Call for Dennis.
Bet small on flop. Oof, getting scary. Call. I haven't seen a fold jet.
Stinky calls twice.
He did go
Once with
big.
a tag and once without. Call for Merchville.
White Mike's shoving and trolling. Ship it. Imagine that. 15 mil just
In your fucking face.
6x pot. I mean,
What are y'all doing out there?
got to build the pot and get value. You don't want to see another heart, so let's shove for protection. No, I'm trolling. Let me shut up before somebody takes me serious. Do not. Ooh.
You saying spoiler alert? Don't fucking jam. Giving away answers.
Wait a minute. Ooh, charitable girl. What size you rate? Oh, you going to 2 mil? Or you're not jamming, are you? I mean, it is your quiz. I'm waiting for charitable girl. She said raise. I want to confirm if it's 2
Hollywood calling.
or shove. She said now raise 2 mil.
2 mil.
I'm assuming 2 mil.
Fearless.
What up, AK? I'm assuming you're not jamming. She didn't say. All right, 2 mil it is. I mean, I'm not gonna let you jam.
I'm not gonna let you jam.
Is the quiz now rigged? Is it tainted?
I'll give it to you. Don't jam. Problem with jamming
All right.
is what if we're
I'll
jamming?
risk
Are we
the
jamming as a bluff or we're jamming for value? If we're jamming as a
No,
bluff,
she
our
didn't.
hand is too strong. We're not getting better to fold. If we're jamming for value, we're not getting worse to call. So don't jam. It's bad.
All right, let's do it. We're raising 2.2. I think I would just be calling here. We have position. We can reevaluate rivers. I don't think our raise gets. It's like a marginal made hand. You know, Jonathan's going to say the phrase marginal
And we
made
can
hand
still
here.
be beat too.
You know
he
he's
still
gonna
has
say it.
flushes. He's got Queen Jack. Yeah. So
All right.
you can also
Let's
have
go ahead.
some sets too.
Whoa. Babucko, don't be negative. One more time. We got to perma that ass, Seabass.
Problems.
2.2.
All right, call him.
Go.
This is the classic spot where we have a very, very obvious
Here it
marginal made hand. And when you have a
Good
very,
call,
very
60.
obvious
Good
marginal
call.
made hand, you really don't want to be doing a whole lot of raising. Because when you raise, when you get action, you're going to be in very bad shape. And when your opponents fold, well, they're usually folding out hands that are in pretty bad shape against you. Now, you may think we want to raise here to protect against various flush draws, which of course, under the gun could have and the big blind could have. But if a flush card comes on the river, we can be pretty confident knowing that our hand is just not good at that point. Now, I understand the opponent could randomly be bluffing with like ace, king, no heart, and then if a heart comes, maybe they decide to bluff it and we end up folding. But I think for the most part, for this player to bet into two players, they probably have either some sort of made hand, some of which that we lose to, like ace, queen, right? Or they have some sort of heart draw. And I think the plan with calling in this scenario is to typically call most river bets on non-heart rivers. Also, a 9 or a 10 is particularly bad, and an ace is particularly bad. So we can play pretty well on most rivers, right? Like our decision is very obvious. Also, if I do raise here and a lot of money goes in the pot, I'm really unhappy with this hand, and that's usually not a good spot to be raising. And you definitely don't want to go all in. Going all in would be a disaster, because then when you get called, you're just dead. All right, we see the river heads up. River's a 6 of diamonds. Now, under the gun, checks. Should we check? Bet 1.2 million, bet 2.2 million, or bet 3.2 million?
Woo-wee. All right, he checks back river.
Thin value or
And
no?
Value betting or not. We're going to go big to polarize. When the 4-liner miss, we can go a little small, mid-size. What you guys like?
1.2 for value with a question mark for Jerome. Hollywood agreeing. Checking for Dennis.
Big ass size. Oh, slow. He's going 3-2. Pop. Overbet. Little overbet. 1.2 from Shaky.
Bet for value in a cash game, but checking here, says
1.2
Mike.
and a 2.
Check
I
for
think 1.2
showdown.
Teams
Says
I'm picking get
Stinky.
called by Jack. 1.2. Haven't seen a check or anything yet. All bets.
I got
Don't
one
listen
check.
to me.
Got 2 checks. Stinky checking. And a couple of bets. Pretty even.
I got Dibs doesn't like betting small on rivers, and he knows some shit. Maybe it's 2.2. I like a check. Check.
Dibs said check.
No, Ship was referring to what he thinks
Oh.
Dibs would do in this spot. My man Dibs. I ain't talked to that cat in a little bit. My boy.
He was out
That's
there
why my buddy
partying it
said
up
if
with
we
Ship
bet
on the
small.
balcony. I saw.
Yeah, we were kicking it with him in Vegas last time I was out there.
Yep.
It's good people.
I so want to bet if the Philly comes over the top
2.2 white
poker,
Mike.
it's so hard, says Albatross.
You're only bombing every time, Mike. Every time.
Is bomb 2.2
Little's
or
gonna check
3.2?
back. Oh, he's going 3.2. All right, cool. Let me see. Cherishable Girl is checking.
So is Stinky.
All right. What do you think here, buddy?
This is a spot where, like, I know in my game I lose some thin value on the river here. I think that he probably bets the flush on the river for value if he had it. Trying to get value from our exact hand, right? We're going to call if he bets. So I think I would lean toward thin value, but I'm debating between 1.2 and 2.2. I'm kind of leaning 2.2. I think all his worst queens call, and maybe even some Jack X because then I miss hearts and miss straight draws. I think I'm leaning 2.2 myself.
Yeah, I would probably defer to maybe a smaller size just to get called by.
I'm not really targeting. Are you targeting an 8?
A little bit like King Jack,
Sure.
Jack 10s and stuff like that, where I think they might start to become indifferent at 2.2.
I think Jack 10 probably folds. King Jack likely calls, so that we do miss some of those jacks for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think we mix some of the jacks. I mean, and then I just don't think all the jacks are inelastic between 1.2 and 2.2. Maybe they are when the 4-liner misses. And if 2.2 is bigger, it looks a little bit more polar, so he still might hero at 2.2. I'm never going 3.2.
The poker becomes so safe.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's really close for me between 1.2 and 2.2, but I'm
Me
never
too.
checking. I'm always betting.
Yeah, because he always bets
And I
the
would probably
flush on
go
the river, right?
1.2 because I think I get called just so much more than when I go 2.2. And, I mean, he can occasionally check back some better hands, a few better hands if he's any kind of good, and we we get pretty honest responses. I don't know if he check raise bluff if we go smaller. In my opinion, I don't think so, but you know.
Chuck says get called by 2 black aces. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, we go smaller, we lose a little bit less. We get call a little bit wider. I like 1.2, a little bit more.
We're going super
2.2
small.
feels standard.
We're checking.
But we're checking here as well because that's what Charitable Girl's doing. So yeah, let's see.
Now we're in a fun spot because we likely have the best hand, but if we bet and get called, how are we doing? And I think the answer is not so great. I mean, the opponent could have a hand like Queen 10 and call. Maybe Ace Jack would call.
Queen 10, Queen.
But the problem with betting in this scenario when we're in position is that there is some risk we get check raised, which would be terrible, right? Like legitimately terrible. So do we want to open ourselves up to getting check raised? Yes. When your opponents are especially bad, weak, and straightforward and just not capable of check raise bluffing the river, it becomes somewhat free to put in a value bet here because I do think there are some hands that can call us that we beat.
Uncle.
Like pocket 10s may decide to call, right? Or pocket 9s, or even like ace 8 or 8-7 randomly may decide to call a 1.2 million bet. But if your opponent's good, they will take a random ace of hearts hand and check raise it, or a hand like 8-7 and check raise it, which would be disastrous because then we have to fold this hand that's pretty good. So against weaker players who are just never bluffing the river, I like making a small value bet. But against stronger players, I think you just have to check it back and realize that opening the action so the opponent can have the potential to raise is just very, very bad and very, very detrimental. And I don't even think this value bet's printing all that much money. Like when we bet and get called, we probably have the best hand 55 or 60% of the time, so it's not like it's a gigantically profitable bet anyway. You also don't want to go too big in this scenario.
True.
I get the idea that we could have a lot of busted draws that would like to bet, but on the river you very often want to have 2 bet sizes, one for your nut hands and a lot of busted draws, and then a small bet size for your marginal value hands and a few bluffs. And this is right on the cusp of being a value bettable marginal made hand. And in that scenario, I typically just check it back, especially if I think my opponent's good or aggressive. I know I have no read here, but with no read, I tend to just check it back as well. Because when you make a small river bet, it often just screams marginal made hand. And you don't really know how your opponent's going to react when you say, hello, I have mostly marginal made hands. Some people are going to call a lot, some people are going to fold a lot, some people are going to raise a lot, and you have no way of knowing which one that is. So I typically just check it back. This time the opponent did have ace of spades, 10 of clubs. So notice if we did bet this river, they're either going to fold or they're going to raise, right? And if they raise, I would have had to fold. And if they fold, well, we didn't extract any value anyway. And I think scenarios like this are going to be quite common. And if this is what your opponent has, you really don't want to be making a river bet.
So he doesn't want to put himself in tough spots. It's kind of what
I
he's
think
getting
that people
unnecessarily.
don't check raise bluff here very much, but against a higher thinking field, maybe they do. I think we face
He's playing in games where, like these one, he's playing in bigger games where he gets put in shitty spots.
Soft 25Ks.
Sure. See, he's playing 25Ks and shit. Like in the games we're playing, I don't think guys are gonna check raise bluff river all that much, and like 20s and shit, they're autopiloting a little bit more, so you can get value pretty wide. So I don't know if this becomes like a difference between some of the games we're playing and populations.
I wonder how many points the bet was.
But yeah, I don't know. We got obviously the river was a 10 check. We got a 28 total though. Where you at?
Swish for 40, baby. Stinky crushed it. Stinky, let me know how you want your money, brother.
He lost the flip last time, and then he comes over and redeemed himself.
Double swishes.
Well played, buddy. Good shit.
Stinky doing work out there.
Good try as well, Charitable Girl. Thank you. Representing the Mafia. It's all good. We bounce back. It's all good.
All right, we got one more.
Yes, we do. Keyword?
SPR.
You son of a bitch. Keyword is SPR. Have I said it today? I'm sure I have. Oh.
I don't think you have said it today. We're doing Matt now this time, right? 12:39?
Yes, we'll do Matt Affleck. He's back. Get some coaching from my dude pretty soon. I'm excited. All right, cool. Go back to those. Give everybody a chance to get in there. Hope everybody's doing well. Thank you guys for joining the stream, guys. We love doing this. Make sure to hit that follow button if you're enjoying. Give my man Toe some love.
Yeah, while we're waiting for people to get in, we can show a little bit. Exclamation point PC in my chat. Exclamation point PC in Six's chat if you want to sign up to this pokercoaching.com site for free. You get 20 free quizzes, big blind charts for 100 blinds and more, and a bunch of homework assignments available to you. If you sign up for premium, there's a shitload of quizzes and homework assignments, more content that you could possibly consume from a ton of crushing coaches, live webinars multiple times a week where you can get in these small groups that are real personal and intimate with these great players in the game and ask them all the questions you want. That's fantastic. Exclamation point PC. If you like this one, you want to see it from the beginning, you want to see any of the ones we've had in the past, exclamation point YouTube in the chat, and you can get to a link to check those out if you have any questions. I will make sure you get answers. I think we have a guest next week. Right now, it's mostly secure. And we've had a lot of guests in the past. Greg Raymer, Jesse Sylvia, Fat Train, Bet on Drew. We've had Snost. We've had Ship. Tons of people. Jay Smith, tons of people in the game. Evan Jarvis, we've had Tristan Wade, we've had Matt Affleck. So make sure you check those out.
Yep, we do this every Saturday. It's been going for easily over a year, maybe going on 2 years.
August is 2 years.
August will be 2 years. We've had a lot of guests. We got more guests coming up, man. This shit is fun, man.
Yeah.
I love doing this. It's chill.
Yeah. And, selfishly, 6 and I get to get more reps in, and this is what we do all day, every day anyway. So we just get to study with more people, and more study. It's good for everybody.
Yep.
All right, let's roll it. Solo Asylum.
Oh,
last person in and gets the draw.
Look at the good vibes. AK Soul Karma out here saying how much he respects the stream, and then bang,
boom,
wins the giveaway to get in there. I appreciate that, man. That's what's up. Travesty, appreciate you guys, man. Thank you. AK Soul, be ready, stay frosty. Let's go.
Wow,
represent. Shit. Wait a minute. 12:39, correct?
Remy, thank you for the call.
All right, I clicked it. We're good.
All right, today's hand, we're playing deep stack. We got about 150 big blinds here. We have ace queen offsuit in the hijack. We raise it up, and we get 3-bet by the button, who is a regular. And then the small blind cold calls here. This is an unknown player. This is early on in the tournament. Big blind folds. It's back to us. Should we fold, call, re-raise to 18,000, re-raise to 24,000, or go all in?
Woo! Had to follow just so I could say this is a 0-point quiz time for Solo. Oh shit, the talk is real. Solo says, all in first hand, get that Bovada double up. I like it. This is Iggy. This looks like ACR actually because it's the Nitro screen name. Call for
100
Solo.
We're over 100 bigs deep here. We get 3-bet by the button and a cold call by the small blind.
Call for Dennis, call for Hollywood, call for Drum, call for Albatross. Everybody calling.
What did he do?
Everybody calling.
All right, what we doing here, guys? Calls, 4-bets. What do we like? Mama didn't raise no quitter. Call. Easy calls, everybody's saying. Sheesh. I mean,
Matt says
18K
bad. He wants to open it up again. How much, Matt?
Bovada's hey. Watch your goddamn mouth, boy. You can't be talking shit about Iggy in this channel. You're out of your mind? What's wrong with you?
24 or a jam. How many picks deep are we? A gajillion, right?
That's the last time.
18K for Stinky.
Easy. All right, Stinky's going 18K and
Solo Asylum is calling.
What are we doing here? Oh, AK Soul is calling. I feel like I'm squeaking. I feel like I'm raising. I might be going 18K or something here. A lot. I just feel like the button's going to be 3-betting pretty wide. That's deep effective. The call and the small blind shouldn't really be a thing or that strong. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I re-raise here. We're over 100 bigs deep. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to pull up a chart while we're doing this, but I am pretty sure we have 0 calls when it's open 3-bet call.
Yeah, I mean,
all either 4-bet or fold. I think I would kind of leave fold in this spot with the 3-bet and a call.
0%.
But I can definitely see squeezing the shit out of these guys. So
I am never
I
folding.
am gonna look this up while we are talking about it. We're calling though because that's what Solo's doing.
Yeah, and I would love to go 18, but I think we are calling because AK Soul's calling, but I think I would raise here a lot. So let's see what Matt thinks.
All right, cool.
Rick?
I really like 4-betting here with the ace
it's
queen
4-bet or
offsuit.
fold for
We have
sure.
really good blockers. We block ace king,
Only.
we block pocket queens, we block
I'm gonna look it up right now just 'cause I'm
aces.
curious.
Yeah.
Very good.
Snap.
Here, calling isn't as appealing because we're going to be going 3 ways to the flop, and our hand's going to play much better in a single heads-up pot. Also, when we 4-bet, even when we get called, we've reduced the stack-to-pot ratio, and these high-card hands like ace-queen, ace-king play much better when the pot's really, really big rather than when the pot's really shallow. So by growing the pot, we actually are... if I had ace-queen suited, I actually for sure would just call here because our hand plays better with a deeper stack-to-pot ratio. Also, this player is probably pretty weak. They should really just be like shoving or 4-betting and not really calling here a lot. So I'm going to 4-bet here to 18,000 with a plan to fold if this player 5-bets. But we're going to call if this player goes all in because this is probably like 9s, 8s, 7s, ace-jack suited, king-queen suited. We're doing really well against this range. And so we're going to fold out this range, which could be pretty wide, and hopefully isolate ourselves against this range, which is pretty wide that we're doing pretty well against. So we do 4-bet to 18,000. I don't want to shove with this hand because it allows this player to play perfectly. They just call when they have ace-king or jacks or queens or whatever. We want to put them in a tough spot, and I don't think we need to make it much larger than 18,000 because the stack-to-pot ratio will be so small when we do make it 18,000 that we get to make their life pretty easy. So we even when we get flatted here, it's not that bad because we just get to bet a lot of flops, and they can't do too much at this shallow SPR.
Yep, they play straightforward.
That's notice our
button does
4-bets
call,
are never
and the small
giant. They're
line
always
folds.
smaller.
So we've isolated ourselves heads up, which is good. And the flop comes
Those
king
are
of
now
clubs, 6 of
124.
clubs, 3 of spades. Should we check, bet 11,000, bet 16,000, or bet 25,000?
I was wrong about the no calls. Here's the chart if you guys are interested in seeing it here.
Yeah, 100 base deep.
Green is call. The
go to
light
this
red is 3-bet, and the dark red is jam. Ace queen off, pure call. Flatting king queen suited, king jack suited, ace jack suited, ace 10 suited, jack 10 suited, 8s and 9s, and crazy 6s.
Hey. All right. I love the 4-bet.
I love the 4-bet too.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, for me, I'd always be 4-bet or folding, but chart has it as a call. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? 11K for Stinky, super small. 16K for Dennis, pretty damn small.
U-Blow's going 16. Stinky's going 11. Tug's going 25K. Let's fucking go. He says
What up,
11K
Chip
for
Shippers?
O. Button can call 12 to win 46, but admittedly,
Mike says,
small
C-bet
range.
range,
We
16K.
snap him off, Travis. It was okay.
No club. I don't know if I want to put more than 11, says Solo. So super small for Solo.
Or really small. Poker Profi's going 25. 16K, I think, sizes for the turn jam. Ooh. So we see some 11s, 16s, and a few 25s. Mike's going 11.
We got 11, 16s, and all 11, and mostly 16s.
Cool.
Solo
wait a
going
minute.
11.
Let me make sure. Did you tag me where we at?
25K, Albatross going crazy.
AK Soul, what are we doing here? Make sure to tag us if you get picked. It's hard to find in the chat.
Matt going 11, 16 for Jerome.
He
16
hasn't
for
went yet.
Chip
AK Soul, where you at? 4-bet Bluffs going 16K. 16K for AK Soul. We fold his jacks.
Don't know if we're
9s out shit
bluffing
says.
or value here. Says
Yeah. Did they go over there? Did you guys go?
11 for Solo.
11 for
So
Solo,
reduces
Solo
flush bluffs
16K for. Yeah, I mean 16K just is perfect for the SPR we're trying to create. I don't think we need to go bigger. 11 makes it a little awkward where we do have a slight overbet jam on turn. If we're going to go that route, if we had a value hand, if we're trying to, like, it makes it a little awkward. 16K feels pretty good.
Yeah, I know 3
A
bets.
little bit bigger. It's a little bit bigger than we go, though, size-wise. A little over 30, but it's fine. It's like 35%, is that what it is?
Yeah, I would go
guessing.
like...
But it's fine.
It's 11 for
25K.
Quarter pot's about 11.
Way too big, guys.
Yeah, so 3 bet. The general industry standard is 3 bet, C bet about quarter pot. 11 is actually about quarter pot if you do the math. So I probably would have looked at this and said 16, but 11. I'm leaning
Quarter
11
pot.
now that I use the calculator.
Yeah, 11's quarter. 16's a little bit bigger. Oh man, Team 16. Okay, Team 16. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
All right, cool. We're going 16 here. Team 11 over there, and let's do it.
Let's do it.
So we don't need to bet
Team
very
11.
much
Always.
large at all. This is a really good flop for us. The button probably doesn't have ace king very often,
yes.
and even if he does,
Jerome,
we
this is a
block
bluff.
ace king. Having the queen of hearts is nice.
Hell
We
yeah,
block
it's a
king
bluff.
queen suited, which is a hand that I would imagine would always call the 4-bet and 3-bet a decent amount on the button this deep. So we have really good blockers
Easy,
here.
he said.
Blocking aces, which is his main slow play. We block ace king. We block king queen suited. And this is a flop that's just going to miss the button a ton. They never have sixes. They never have threes. Probably never have kings. Kings probably almost always 5-bet shove. We have kings always.
Yep.
Really good flop for us. We're just going to bet here a ton. And I really just like betting a quarter pot here. If we bet 11,000, the pot will be 64 on the turn, and we'll have it'll be 65,000, and we're going to have about 65,000 back. So we have a pot size bet left. So we can turn it into a 2-street hand. Still allow us to bet a 3-street hand if we want to. We can bet really small again on the turn. But there's just not a lot of incentive to bet really large here out of position. So we bet 11,000. Our opponent does call. And we get the 6 of hearts on the turn. Should we check, bet 18,000, bet 28,000, bet 35,000, or go all in?
Shit gets weird now. What are we doing?
Oh shit, that's funny. High frequency, small sizing.
How many
So we
points for
said-
16K? Oh, 7, said Solo.
7 points for 16. So he doesn't hate it. It's just a little bit bigger than necessary considering when we show up in this spot, we're going to be betting almost our entire range. So we want to go small as well.
Yup.
So it makes sense to just go a quarter.
What are you guys doing? Bruce, alley-ooping it. So Stinky. 18K for Stinky. Solo says 28 with the question mark. 28 for Dennis. 18 for Jerome. 35. Bruce going heavy.
Yo, rip and pray.
All of it says...
Ships checking. Then Jam River.
108 years later.
Empty. Z clip. Ooh, man, this is tough. This is...
Mike giving up. Check giving up. Hey, Pete coming in with the 5 gift subs. My man. Thank you, brother.
35K for over aggressive fish. Never scared.
Oops.
Do we have another bullet? If so, shove. Check set says 1828.
It's Matt.
man,
We got
I'm
all the
literally
bullets. Oh, let me kill
Every
these
single
alerts.
option out here. I've seen every bet size. This is the best one of the day so far. When I see this many,
Controversy.
I mean, literally, I've seen everything. I can see every single option in the chat. This is awesome. Holy shit. Checks, 18s, 28s, 35s, shoves. Cherishable goals going 28. What are you doing here, Shep? DG, my boy. What's up, man? Watching King Queen. What are you doing here, DG? I didn't see what you were doing, buddy.
Sorry, guys. I'm skipping the
Always
alerts.
curious to see
Krillis.
everybody's options. 18K for grand. Ah, man. Feels like 18K just allows him to still call if he did have some. Fuck me, man. 18K and then shove any non-club river. Firedanks doesn't know.
Plead the 5th.
So we have no fold equity on turn. Yeah. I don't know, man.
If he shouldn't have ace king and not many 6x, is he narrowed down to pocket pairs that are sticky like 7s through 10s? And should we bet to get
put
those
in
to flip?
half my stack on the turn 28 or 35. Feels horrible. If you had the top of your range, kings would never jam. Aces would never need to. Feels like a spot I checked my whole range with after getting called. If we think about it, it was a multi-way pot where we 4-bet, C-bet, and got called. And we're here. It feels horrible. I know you're going with this, though. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. This is a very interesting spot. Look at the chat. AK, so what were you doing here? I'm sorry. You're ripping? 28K for AK Soul. Make sure to tag us, guys. It's hard when there's this much chat.
28 for solo as well.
Okay. So they're both going 28. What do you like here, man?
I am dead. Done. Fuck. I mean, we 4-bet. See how many bullets we gotta fire. We're already like 3-4 bullets, and this guy's still standing. This guy's the Terminator. It's Vader, Jerome. Fucking run. Run.
Fucking the third of our stack in there, and he's still here. Yeah. I mean, it is nice to just still be blocking.
Never jamming, obviously, because like that's just too much and a little crazy. We're super fucking deep. If you bet small to get those like 10s and 8s and 9s to fold, I see some argument to that. I'm done. Like we've already
But think about
fired
this,
a
though.
gun, fired the machine gun, fired the bazooka, and this
But we were in
fucker's
a
still
quarter
coming at
pot,
us.
and he needs to call with like almost his entire range. He folds out maybe a few hands.
Folds out
He
all
calls
his air.
He does fold out some of the airs, and just like the ace jacks and ace tens, he might have called a 4-bet with suited. But we go quarter pot. He still has a couple, just like some middling pairs and shit. Did we rip? I don't know, man. This feels tough. I don't know what I would do here. I honestly don't. I mean, I find myself in little shit, maybe just ripping. I mean, I don't really like going 35 or something. I hate these 2 bet sizes. So small or rip, I don't know, man. Or check. All right, but we're going 28K.
So are we.
Let's do it.
Let's see what Let's see what Matt does.
So, for the same reasons, really betting the
18
flop,
small.
I'm going to bet
I
the
like
turn
that.
again here. Our hand is just way too good at
Oh, makes it
blockers.
feel good.
And not having a
Too good at
spade
blockers.
in our hand and not having a club
When
is
we went
really
quarter.
good because they're folding hands like diamonds and hearts on the flop. And so their range, their weakest floats are going to have like the ace of clubs or something like ace jack of spades. Like, yeah, we're beating that hand, but we don't want to get bluffed off our equity by checking. We have a 1 SPR here. I don't really like shoving, though, because then they just call and we're basically drawing stone dead when they do call. So I think we can make another small bet here. I like betting 18,000 here. If we had a hand like ace, king, aces, kings, we don't need to bet that large to get all the money in. So I like that small bet. We give ourselves a really, really good price on the bluff, and they need to call really wide against that small bet. And it looks like we're setting up a really small river shove. So I really like the betting 18,000. I think
So
population will overfold to that 18,000 chip bet.
I agree.
And this is a hand that I'll probably follow through on the river as well and shove the river to get hands like missed flush draws, etc. to fold. So I do bet 18,000. Our opponent folds, and yeah, there's a good chance we had the best hand, but we want to protect our equity
Beast.
and also not allow him to bluff us off this equity because we can't really check call. So
That's not true.
Yeah,
So
4-bet pots don't happen very
should
often,
definitely be in
but
this
this
spot.
is a very well played one, I think.
Makes sense. I was a small bet for sure.
Well played, Matt.
Makes sense.
That was a fucking great quiz. I mean, when you get that many different options and that like people just with that many different answers, I mean, I think it's really good.
Super.
Like I wasn't even exactly sure. Like I think in that spot sometimes I usually bet, but I feel like I bet like shove too much in that spot. And just if I'm repping and I see the SPR getting there and I know my blockers are that good, I feel like I fucking rip, but I like this option.
Give yourself an
Unblocking
out.
of this shit. Yeah, for sure. Because then you get all super honest responses in this spot. So I think that's phenomenal.
Yep.
Cool, but I think that's it, man. Thank
Good
you
stuff.
guys. That was sick ass day. It was a good day. It was a lot of fun.
A lot of fun quizzes, too.
Really enjoyed it. Chat was popping. You guys were on fire today, so shout out to you guys, man. Good shit.
Yeah, we hit our 2K sub goal, so I have that giveaway going, guys. Exclamation point ticket space 100 if you are a sub and you want to get on the $10 giveaway. I'm going to draw it right before the end of the stream. Thank you for joining us. If you want to see this one or anyone we've done in the past, like I said before, exclamation point YouTube in the chat, and you will get a link where you can check out all that stuff. Exclamation point PC in the chat where you can sign up to pokercoach.com for free. 20 free quizzes, big blind charts for 100 blinds or more, and a bunch of homework assignments for you. Give my buddy Crazy Sixes a follow. Make sure you give him some love. He'll be streaming again tomorrow for sure. I'll be streaming Monday too for my home game on ACR. So check out the streams. We do this every Saturday, noon Eastern. Next weekend we have special guest Killing Bird from the ACR Streets, legend in the Twitch game. It's gonna be a good
Killing
time.
Bird in here tomorrow,
One of
guys.
my
It'll be
best
fun.
buds and super fun guy. So it's gonna be good, guys. So make sure you check all
That's gonna be a fun
that
stream.
shit out. All right, I'm gonna draw for the winner of the subbing only
we'll just chill
giveaway.
here for a moment.
While we're doing that, who do you want to throw it to? Sixes?
Yeah, we'll look. I don't know what time tomorrow. I'll be on the streets about 2 3. Playing the Iggy Millie tomorrow, the 500. The Iggy Millie is tomorrow, guys. Be ready, getting those fucking saddies, 6 figs up top. So that'll be fun, man. All day. We're gonna play a lot of majors and shit. So it should be fun. Thank you for this. Thanks for being here, man. We always
really
love
like doing it. It's fun.
It's a
Tuck,
lot
thank
of
you for
fun.
the follow.
But yeah, we're going to be more involved with the poker coaching community and Discords and stuff like that. I'll be in the hand history room a little bit more doing stuff. So, we'll be around. You know where to find me.
Albatross, congrats for winning the subby on the giveaway, buddy. Let me know how you want 10 bucks.
Thank you. I really
10 bucks off
appreciate
Team
it.
Toe, ACR.
Oh, I should be looking
wherever I
who's,
can give it to you. Let me know.
out there.
ACR's cool.
Who should we drop the post off to?
It's all the usual suspects. I was looking a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. 1 second.
Unless you want to throw it to someone small and up and coming.
David K. Poker always pretty cool. Like he always drops some support. Yeah, let's show him support.
I gotta
man.
find him. Give me 1 sec.
Yeah, drop him to follow. Little cash, mix it up a little bit. I think he's a good guy.
Got him.
Yep.
Cool. Sounds good.
All right, guys. Have
We'll
a good
see you
weekend.
later.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Peace.
Peace. Let me drop this. All right, guys. Take care.